Let me ask you something personal. Do you feel your body is aging at the same pace as your birthday candles? Or maybe a little faster? Sometimes it's not the wrinkles in the mirror, but the way you move, the way you breathe, or even the way you think that tells the real story of your health? Picture this. Two people, both 68 years old. One still enjoys dancing at weddings, carrying groceries with ease, and remembering birthdays without a list. The other struggles to get out of a chair, feels off balance walking across the room, and forgets names more often than before. Same age, but two very different qualities of life. That difference is often hidden in plain sight, in small, everyday abilities we don't think about until they slip away. Today, I want to show you 7 simple tests you can do at home that may reveal how your body and mind are truly aging. These tests are not about judgment or fear. They are gentle check-ins, signals from your body saying, "This is where you are right now. Here's where you might need care." 1. The sit-to-stand test. Let's start with a simple act we do every day, standing up from a chair. Here's the test. Sit in a sturdy chair with your arms crossed over your chest. Without using your arms, stand up and sit down as many times as you can in 30 seconds. Count your repetitions, why it matters. This test reflects leg strength, balance, and endurance. Strong legs don't just mean walking comfortably. They mean independence, the ability to climb stairs, get out of cars, and live without relying on others. Think of Helen, 64, who loved reading by her window. She didn't notice how slowly she rose from her chair until her grandson asked her to play tag in the yard. After trying this test, she managed only 6 repetitions. It was a wake-up call. She began practicing daily, just a few minutes of sit-to-stands. Over months, she doubled her score and regained confidence. The next time her grandson asked her to play, she didn't hesitate. This test isn't about a number. It's about what that number allows you to do. 2. The balance test. Balance is like an invisible shield. You don't notice it when it's strong, but when it weakens, life changes dramatically. Falls are one of the biggest risks for older adults, and often the start of a downward spiral. Here's the test. Stand on one leg, arms at your side. See how long you can hold without grabbing something. Aim for at least 10 seconds on each side. Why it matters. Good balance reduces fall risk, strengthens your core, and reflects the health of your nervous system. Take Tom, a 71-year-old former mailman. He thought of himself as strong, but when his daughter asked him to try this test, he stumbled after 3 seconds. At first, he laughed, but then he realized if he struggled here, what would happen on a wet sidewalk? He began practicing by brushing his teeth while standing on one leg. Slowly, his time grew to 20, then 30 seconds. Months later, when he slipped on the ice, his improved balance saved him from a serious fall. Balance is more than standing still. It's staying steady in life. 3. The grip strength test. You might not think much about your grip, but research shows it's one of the strongest predictors of overall health. Here's the test. If you have a hand grip device, use it. If not, notice how firmly you can squeeze a jar lid, carry groceries, or shake someone's hand. Why it matters. Grip strength reflects not only muscle quality but also heart and nervous system health. A strong grip often means a resilient body. Imagine Joan, 59, who loved baking. She grew frustrated when opening jars became a struggle. She thought it was just aging. But after doing hand exercises with a stress ball and light weights, her grip improved. More importantly, she felt stronger carrying laundry, pulling weeds, and hugging her grandchildren. Grip strength isn't just about hands. It's about holding on to life's moments. 4. The walking speed test. Walking might feel automatic, but the speed at which you move can reveal surprising truths. Here's the test. Walk at your normal pace over 10 feet, or 3 meters. Time yourself. If your pace is slower than about 1 meter per second, it may indicate lower vitality. Why it matters. Walking speed reflects heart health, lung capacity, muscle coordination, and even cognitive function. It's sometimes called the sixth vital sign. Picture Robert, 67, who used to stroll around the park daily. Over time, his walks became slower, though he didn't notice until he timed himself. His pace was much lower than average. Motivated, he began a morning walking routine. In 3 months, his speed and energy noticeably improved. His wife even joked she had to walk faster to keep up. Walking speed isn't about competition. It's about keeping life moving forward. 5. The flexibility test. Flexibility often whispers where aging shouts. Here's the test. Sit on the floor with legs straight. Reach forward. Can you touch your toes, or at least your ankles? Why it matters. Flexibility prevents stiffness, supports balance, and keeps everyday movements easy. Meet Diane, 61. She hadn't stretched in years. When she tried this test, she reached only to her knees. She realized how much tightness held her back, literally. She began gentle yoga, a few minutes each morning. Months later, not only could she touch her toes, but she also noticed her back pain fading. Flexibility isn't about gymnastic tricks. It's about being able to tie your shoes without strain, or bend to hug your grandchild with ease. 6. The memory recall test. Longevity is about body and mind working together. Here's the test. Write down 10 simple words, like apple, river, chair, book, smile. Read them once. Set aside the list. After 5 minutes, see how many you recall. Why? It matters. Memory recall reflects cognitive health. While forgetting occasionally is normal, consistent struggles may signal the need to care for your brain. Consider George, 72. He remembered only 4 words. Instead of worrying, he used it as motivation. He began crossword puzzles, memory games, and reading more. Over time, his recall improved. More importantly, he felt mentally sharper and more engaged with life. Caring for memory isn't about perfection. It's about keeping curiosity alive. 7. The breath hold test. Finally, let's check the power of your lungs. Here's the test. Take a deep breath in, exhale gently, then hold your breath. See how long you last before needing to inhale. Aim for 20-25 seconds comfortably. Why? It matters. This reflects lung capacity, oxygen efficiency, and cardiovascular strength. Think of Evelyn, 65, who once smoked. She struggled to hold her breath beyond 12 seconds. Instead of ignoring it, she began practicing deep breathing exercises and gentle swimming. Within months, her breath hold improved, and so did her stamina. She noticed climbing stairs no longer left her gasping. Breath is life's rhythm. When you strengthen it, you strengthen your future. These 7 simple tests are not medical diagnoses, but gentle mirrors. They reflect your current health, your independence, your future joy. Ask yourself, which of these surprised you? Was it balance, memory, strength? None of us are perfect in all areas, but each test gives us a starting point, a place to begin caring for the gift of longevity. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which test did you try and how did it go? Did any of them open your eyes to something you hadn't noticed before? If this video helped you reflect, please give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend or loved one, and subscribe for more gentle guidance on aging with strength, joy, and dignity. Because remember, longevity is not only about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years.